What is going on, CH family? This is going to be a quicker training today because I have a call coming up. But today we're going to be talking about how do we lower our cholesterol. So first, I'm just going over a quick crash course, just an explanation of what cholesterol is, what it does to us. I'm going to go over the negative effects of it, and then I'm going to go over how do we lower cholesterol. Okay, so it's going to be a quick, simple training. We're going to get straight to the point. We're not going to go dive deep into it all and everything. We're just going to get straight to the point today. Okay, so first and foremost, cholesterol, when it comes to it, what is it? Basically, cholesterol is just like this waxy substance in our cells, in our body. And basically what happens is that if we have high cholesterol, just picture like your arteries, right? So your blood's flowing through. It's going to start building up in your arteries, and eventually it can possibly burst, and then it can cause like blood clots, it can cause like a stroke, it can cause heart attack, etc. Okay? So that's basically a little bit about cholesterol there. Now, of course, cholesterol is good for you, though, in a way, like a certain amount, as it's good for your hormones. I believe it's good for vitamin D or something along there, and a few other reasons as well. So, yes, it can be good for those, but too much is, of course, not good at all for us. Now, here's a statistic for you all. When it comes to high cholesterol, when we look at, the percentage of people who have high cholesterol, about 86% of people who have high cholesterol are either overweight or obese. Okay, the rest can actually be, not even overweight at all. So even if you don't have, if you're not struggling with weight loss or whatever it may be, even if you are, let's say, very, very thin, you could still have bad cholesterol. And even those type of people, let's say if their diets are very bad and they don't really watch over their health as much because they think like, okay, well, I'm thin, I don't really have to worry about it. They can actually still have high cholesterol, okay, just from the fats in their food, etc. Okay, but majority of it is coming from being overweight, obese people who have higher cholesterol. So moving down the line here, now the scariest thing here when it comes to high cholesterol is like there's barely any symptoms behind it, okay? Like you can't really tell if you have high cholesterol, which is a scarier thing that you've got to watch out for. And one second. This is why it's so important that we do get regularly checked up with our doctors, either if it's twice a year, whatever it may be. But it's always important to make sure we're getting our levels checked, we're getting checked out with the doctor and stuff to make sure that there's no bad surprises like that. Okay, because the symptoms you can't really tell. Like literally, the symptoms, if you look it up on if you do your own research, whatever it may be, it'll literally tell you like, okay, so symptoms for this is like a heart attack or a stroke and stuff. And it's like, oh, well, that's no good, right? That's not going to be any good for us because then it's too late. So we got to fix the problem before it causes that. Now, I want to go over here a few things with you of why it's so important, because high cholesterol, it can kill you. Okay, it can literally kill you, and it's a very serious matter. And I want to make this training around this time of the year because there are statistics that show, there's stats that show that during the holiday seasons, there is this dramatic increase in hospital visits and everything about health concerns and issues in people because of food, etc., and our health overall. So this is very important that we take this into note, especially during this time of year. It's always better to be safe than be sorry, okay? So moving on, how do we get high cholesterol? So how does this happen? Okay, so first and foremost, I just got my notes here. First and foremost, one of the main things, one of the biggest things is just too much fat in our diet, okay? Saturated and trans fats. Too much fat in our diet can cause high cholesterol. Now, I want to make a very important note for you here, for those who do keto dieting, is that some of you, I've talked to many people before in the past about this, that when they did keto, it actually like boosted their cholesterol way up because they stopped eating carbs and they started eating more fats, and their cholesterol skyrocketed because they're cutting out the carbs, right? So obviously they're going to have more protein and more fat. So it's very important to note there that we have to be careful about our diet, okay? Especially when it comes to the fat intake in our diet. We don't want high cholesterol, okay? So if you do keto, be very careful. Now, moving on. Sorry, I got something in my teeth. So moving on, the next thing, of course, is being overweight. Okay, if you have extra fat on your body, if you have extra weight on your body, then that is a huge factor behind having higher cholesterol as well. Okay, either if you're obese or if you're just struggling with just losing weight in general, it's proven that just losing 10 pounds alone can help reduce your cholesterol. Okay, So being overweight. Now the next thing is not being as active. Okay, so if you're not really as active, you don't really move around, it's not going to be any good for you, and it actually can lower your good cholesterol. Okay, so if you're not so active, if you, let's say you work a desk job and you go home, you watch TV for the rest of the day, you might want to watch out. So that could be another factor here. And again, guys, I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I'm not trying to make you worried. I'm just trying to make you conscious and aware of your health so that way you can save yourself and make sure you're on the right track and healthy. Okay. So if you haven't got checked up in a while, like I really recommend going to get your levels checked up and everything with your doctor just to make sure, especially if you're next thing after not being active is yes, it could possibly run in your family. So people who have a history of high cholesterol in their family, it could pass down the line. Now, I want to make a very important note here, though. Just because something is genetic, just because something passes down the line in the family, doesn't mean that you're just automatically have to suffer with it. And I want to make a very big example here as my client who they have a family history of high blood pressure, right? And they're on high blood pressure pills forever. They were literally maxed out at high blood pressure pills at the end of it before they started their journey with me. They had the highest dose possible. And they said that, yeah, it was hereditary where it was passed down the family, right? And they ended up getting off the blood pressure pills. They've been off their blood pressure pills now for over 5 months now. And this person went from having an extra 100 plus pounds in their body to now they have a literal six pack. So it's like, that just because something gets passed on the family, you don't have to let that stress you or be scared about that. Okay. Now, the next thing is smoking. Okay. So if you're a smoker, that can also raise your cholesterol levels as well. Okay. And I recommend that anybody who's a smoker or especially like the vaping and stuff like that, like, always try to, be mindful of that and work on and getting off it and stuff like that just for your overall health. Now, of course, though, no judgment. You can do whatever you want with your life, that's for sure. Now, moving on, though, to the good part here before I go is how do we actually solve this problem, okay? How do we lower our cholesterol and get healthier? So the first thing here in my notes is, of course, a change in your diet. Now, when it comes to changing your diet, certain things specific, such as number one, lowering amount of saturated fats and trans fats. Okay, so for example, perhaps getting a better protein in rather than red meat. Red meat can have yes, red meat and stuff, it can be good for you a certain amount, but too much, of course, is not good for you at all, and especially when it comes to your cholesterol levels as well. So perhaps instead of red meat all the time, okay, you can switch over to chicken. Okay, maybe switch over to salmon, something like that, just to switch it around to help with your cholesterol levels. Okay, now the next thing that we want to talk about here is just losing weight. Losing weight is going to help you. Like I said before, even 10 pounds gone is going to help you dramatically with your cholesterol levels. So it's like just lose that weight, and it's not only going to help you feel better up here, but it's also going to make you feel better in here as well and could possibly save your life. Okay, so losing weight, of course, is a huge one here. Now, the next one here is very interesting. And what this is fiber. Getting more fiber intake can actually help. Getting more fiber intake, having brain fart, getting more fiber intake, what it's going to help with is reducing the amount of cholesterol that your body absorbs. Okay? Yes, there we go. So that's the importance of getting more fiber in. So studies even show that getting more fiber in can help you reduce the absorption of cholesterol, which is awesome. So get more fiber into your diet as well. If you guys want me to do a training on that, just comment down below and let me know. I can definitely do that. And then lastly is, of course, get your movement in, move your body, get more active into that lifestyle. Remember, the actions that we take today are going to produce the results of our future selves. Okay. So we want to make our future selves proud. We don't want to be like, hey, future self, like I'm lazy and I'm comfortable being where I'm at. I'm not going to change, and you're going to have to suffer in the future with all this medication or be in the hospital or something like that. Like serious stuff here. And yeah, good luck with that. So it's like, we don't want to be like that. We want to make a change now. Okay. Start now. Anybody who made these kind of changes, they didn't wait until after the holidays to change or anything like that. They just took action. They said, enough is enough. I'm making this change happen now. And it's like, that's how we truly change. Okay, so get more active, and basically that's pretty much it. So as you can see, it's not too complicated whatsoever. Just by making this a healthy lifestyle, not dieting or nothing like that, just a healthy lifestyle choices, eating healthy 80% of the time, being mindful with your choices, dropping some pounds, being active here and there. It all helps you so much. And again, it can literally save your life. So if you know someone who is perhaps struggling with their weight, if you know someone who is perhaps, not happy with their body, obese, whatever it may be, struggling with their health, get them into this group and get them to watch these videos because it could literally save their lives. Okay. So it is quite a serious topic here with the cholesterol levels and stuff. But that is the training for today. And I really hope it helps you guys out here. I really hope it helps, just make you more aware of your health in general and also to just take action on it as well. Either if it's just going to get checked up, that's the first good step, or if it's getting more walks in, okay, more steps in daily and making better food choices. Whatever it may be, just start today for a better tomorrow. I want to see you all living in your dream bodies in 2023. So if you have any more questions for me, make sure you comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, or message me privately, just CH if you need help. Now, a couple last things too. Of course, if you watched it to this end, if you're here watching it, put a smiley face down below. I want to see who stayed here and watched the whole training and really learned how to do this. And lastly, my 40 over that is completely free for my Facebook members only. So all you gotta do is just message me 4040 if you can't find the sign up link, and I'll send you the sign up link and you can take that course too. Other than that, I hope you all have an amazing day and have an even better weekend, and I'll see you guys all on Monday as well. And I wish you all truly the best of luck on your fit journeys. You got this.